Hey guys, Tony the Soysauceassassin. Welcome to another cigar review, and today's one that I kind of got a little bit excited with the story, right? So you guys heard that I have a bad experience in Cigar and Lounge in Watertown, Massachusetts, that lounge, and I was smoking a Robusto version of this, and while I was there, I had a bad experience, especially with the cap. Now that I get another chance to show you guys what's going on, look closely and you understand what I'm talking about. But with that being said, let's take a look at the cigar right now. EP Carrillo Essence Series Honduras. Comes in 6x52 Toro. There's also Robusto and Gordo size. $10 MSRP in a box of 24. So $240. Uses a Honduran Olancho San Agustin wrapper that has been fermented for 2 years to make it dark, with the Honduran binder, and then fillers from Honduras and Nicaragua. It definitely looks almost like a Maduro of some sort. I mean, I smoked it once, but that time I did not pay that much attention. This time, we'll see how that goes. Let's get started. Okay, so while I'm gonna show you guys this, I'm gonna show you where it got unraveled. All right, so let's take a very close look. So you can see this cap right here. Here's a cap. Here's a secondary cap. However, the secondary cap is not connected to the main cap. So if you cut the main cap off, on the top, you have this flap starting from, let's see if I can find it. Right here. You see that? This flap. Right here. I'm gonna get it really close right here. Right here. See that flap right there? That got unraveled. That right here is separate from the cap, and that got unraveled, so it started to flap open. That's the cap I'm talking about. So if I cut this thing, and this thing has nothing to do with this thing, how do you tell me that I cut the cap too much? Are you out of your mind? I know how to cut my cap, so thank you. All right, so this thing, cap is very tiny. As you can see, the secondary cap is wrapped around, all right? It's not on the cap. So if they didn't put enough glue on that thing, this whole flap will open up. Let me cut it, and we'll talk about this. But before that, do that. First of all, I'm like riled out about this story, you know, because I want to show everybody what I'm talking about, so that you guys know it's not my cap issue. It's whatever their issue is. First of all, we'll get that EPC band on the bottom with this QR code, standard band. All right. Oh, oh, okay. A little bit earthy dirt and cocoa, and a little bit fermented smell. A little bit leather too. Okay, so I'm gonna cut the cap. All right. Now it draws a little tight. Okay. So I cut the cap off. You can see the flap has nothing to do with the cap. There's not enough cap to hold this second flap anyway. All right, let me... Lights. All right, let's see, where can I get the light? Right here, this flap, okay? So you can see this flap right here. It's got nothing to do with the cap on top because this thing was wrapped around, and that unraveled, okay? And once that unraveled, it pulls the bottom with it. So what happened is when they put this together, they got to the end of it, they take one sheet and then just, it's a line, and they just cover like that, okay? That holds it together. And then they take the cap. This is how much cap you have. This is how much cap you have. All right. This is how much cap you have. How much cap you have. All right. Oh shit. How much cap you have. All right. That's all I cut off. And then the next thing is that flap. So what do you expect? If this whole entire flap come off, it's because they didn't put enough. All right. That guy didn't even bother to look. He just looked like, oh, this never happened to me. You're an idiot. Okay, so there we go. Yeah, it's like an earthy, dirty chocolate taste. A little bit spice to it too. It's just, yeah, earthy, leathery, dirty chocolate, muddy kind of taste. All right. I think it has something to do with that Nicaraguan that's in there. They put it in there for sure to enhance that a little bit, so that it's not all all fermenty taste. We'll get started with this. Kind of weird. Okay. Has a little bit mineral taste to it. Okay, a little bit coffee to come through. Coffee, espresso. A little bit of between ammonia and dankiness kind of taste. A little bit woodsy. A little bit hay. A little bit cinnamon. Not the typical Honduras woodsy sweetness. No. This is closer to a Nicaraguan flavor. The woodiness in there is so weak. Everything else kind of takes over a little bit. Like I said, the earthiness, the coffee, the cocoa, a little mineral, leather, some spice and cinnamon that kind of covers the entire thing, and then you kind of finish it with a little bit reminiscing of that Honduras woodsy taste, but it's not a lot. It gets covered up. Yeah. Well, we'll smoke one third. We'll be right back. All right. So first stir. Let me say first stir was good in the wrong way. Good in the wrong way. Why? It tastes like sweet, malty, espresso, coffee, cocoa, and then woodiness, and then some pepper, and then earthiness. Now that sweetness has a little bit of sour hints to it too. But that's not Honduras. It's not what you expect out of Honduras. This is what you expect out of, like, I don't know, a Maduro or a Nicaraguan cigar or something like that. That's not like Honduras binder, Honduras wrapper, and Honduras filler plus a little bit Nicaraguan. Just tastes like Nicaraguan. Yeah, it has a little bit of that malt sweetness, especially on the Retro Hill. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. Especially how sweet it is. It's actually quite sweet. And it goes with that coffee and not coffee, espresso and cocoa sweetness. It's strong enough to cover that earthiness, but you will still taste that earthiness at the end, at the finish. Yeah, and if you only take a small puff, it's all malt and leather. Okay? So yeah, that's first stir. So we're getting to second stir. We'll be right back. Second stir. Second stir is a little bit more peppery. The sweetness toned down a little bit. Earthiness come up a little bit. But still enjoyable cigar. I think there's a little bit more woodiness too. It burns a lot faster too. I don't know if because it tastes good, I smoke a little bit faster. There's a little bit more black pepper to it, but it's it burns a lot faster than the first stir, in my opinion. Like it feel like I smoke longer than the second stir. All right. The band, pretty cool coloring. Usually this is the color for like Nicaraguan cigars, right? If you think about like Romeo Julieta and other brand when they have like a Nicaraguan stuff, it's either orange or blue, and this is kind of like that. But you know, it differentiates from the rest of them, so you know, pretty cool. It's the same theme. I like that pseudo carbon look to it on here. Not bad. Fits the theme. Just a weird color, but yeah, it catch your eye because it's a weird color. So, and we have the last stir left. It's an enjoyable cigar. I almost have that like a sarsaparilla taste to it. Like a root beer sarsaparilla taste to it. Now that I think about it. Yeah, it does. So, yeah, last stir. Okay, so we're done. Last stir, sweeter. Woodiness came out a little bit. Everything else kind of died down a little bit. This cigar is overall, I would say, a mild to medium. Mild to medium. With quite a bit of flavor. Last stir, the sweetness kind of toned down too, but like everything toned down. I think leather went up a little bit, but sweetness is still there. Overall, pretty good cigar. I would think for what it is, it's a pretty good cigar. Okay, for what it is, a pretty good cigar. But it's like a Honduras cigar that's not really Honduras. Right? It tastes good, but I don't think that's what shine for Honduras. I think they partner up with Plasencia to make this, and it has that characteristic of like a Nicaraguan cigar more than a Honduras cigar. That's what I feel like. Okay, that's what I feel like. So, good cigar. I'll give it. All right, from $9.50 to $10. I guess that's right. I mean, they set the price range about correct. I think from $9.50 to $10, no problem. This cigar is set where it's supposed to be. Is a wallet-friendly cigar. It's an everyday cigar. For that price range with today's inflation, yeah, not too bad. So I'll say that's not a bad cigar. Not a bad cigar. All right. So I can recommend this. But if you're looking for Honduras, this is not it. This is not it. If you're looking for that woodsy sweetness, this is not it. This is more like a cocoa, espresso, malt, earthy, leathery cigar with a little bit pepper at the end. That's what we got. All right. So again, I enjoy the cigar, and don't tell me I don't know how to cut my cap. I know how to cut my cap. This is just one of those things that happens. I don't know. I don't think I should be ranting about that. So yeah, whatever. Yeah. And that will be it for this particular cigar review. If you like it, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share, and check out podcasts. It's a little bit delayed right now because, you know, we have people that didn't have time, got sick, whatever. And so we try to catch up on that. It takes a little bit of time to edit those. And membership, still try to get to 20 people. And then swag, right? We still have a lot of swag that's out there. You know, we're one of those. Go out there, tell them that you're the fan of the shadow. You one of those. Yeah. It's kind of weird when I say it. So yeah, that'll be it for this one. I'll see you guys next one. Bye guys.